Remember when Christmas mornings meant tearing through wrapping paper to find the toy you've been circling in the Sears catalog for months? The 1960s gave us some of the most memorable toys and games ever created. You know, the ones that defined our childhood. Some dolls actually talked, astronauts landed in the living room, and we baked tiny cakes. These were our Christmas treasures and the memories we still talk about decades later. Let's take a trip back through 10 incredible Christmases, ending with a game where plastic ants caused complete chaos. 1960. This wasn't just any doll. You tugged on a string and she said, "Will you play with me? I hurt myself, and let's play house." These were just 3 of 11 different phrases Chatty Cathy said. She was an instant sensation when she showed up in her Christmas trees. Girls everywhere begged Santa for the chance to have a real conversation with their new best friend. At $18, she was expensive at the time, but parents couldn't resist those big eyes and that friendly voice. This clear wind-up toy lets kids view all the gears and mechanisms at work inside. Mr. Machine by Ideal walked, his arms moved, and best of all, you could take him completely apart and put him back together. His see-through design made him the most wanted toy on Christmas for little boys. Using 2 knobs to control horizontal and vertical lines, kids created everything from doodles to drawing their home and family. With the Etch-a-Sketch, the car trip suddenly got quieter. With just a shake, the magic gray screen was erased and ready for the next masterpiece. Ohio Art sold 600,000 units in the first year alone, proving that sometimes the simplest toys are the ones kids remember forever.
Just pull the ring. You never know what she'll say next.
Tell me a story. The only story now left to tell is a Chatty Cathy's made by Mattel.
1961. The timing was perfect after 2 years of being single. Girls wanted someone for Barbie to date, dance with, and drive around in that little sports car. Ken arrived just in time for Christmas, giving Barbie her first boyfriend and girls a whole new way to play. Mattel designed him to be the perfect companion for their fashion doll superstar, complete with his own wardrobe of preppy sweaters and swim trunks. Boys lined up their tiny plastic football players, flipped the switch, and watched them buzz across the field in random directions, mimicking a real football game. Who remembers the sound of the vibrating metal field of Tudor's electric football game? It wasn't exactly realistic, but it didn't matter. The game captured the joy of football fever on Christmas morning. Mr. Potato Head became the first toy ever advertised on television when he hit stores in 1961. The kit came with plastic parts, eyes, nose, mouths, hats that you stuck into a real potato. By 1964, Hasbro would include a plastic body. But that first Christmas, families raided their pantries to create the silliest spuds that waddled across the kitchen table.
You can make the funniest looking people in the whole world. Potato Head people look different every time you make them. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with cars and trailers come in $1 and $2 sizes.
1962. It was made of cardboard but styled to look like a modern California ranch-style home. The Barbie Dream House revolutionized doll play when it arrived in time for Christmas. It opened multiple rooms where Barbie could live her best life, and it folded up for easy storage. For about $5, it was affordable enough that middle-class families could give their daughters a complete Barbie world. American kids got their first taste of the Danish building system that would take over playrooms for generations. Lego bricks came to America because of a licensing deal with Samsonite, the luggage company. Who here had the town plan or the junior constructor? The sets came in cardboard canisters and boxes containing the classic red, white, and yellow bricks that could build anything a kid's imagination could dream up. Another Danish hit, those odd little naked dolls with the wild hair became an unlikely Christmas hit. Created by a Danish woodcutter who couldn't afford a birthday gift for his daughter, troll dolls, aka good luck trolls, caught on as good luck charms. Kids collected them, dressed them, and lined them up on the windowsills. Their popularity would surge even higher mid-decade.
Build hotels, animals, people, boats, skyscrapers, and more. So kids, get your Lego set now.
1963. It came in turquoise and included cake mix packets. Kenner's Easy Bake Oven hit stores and immediately became the top Christmas toy for girls who wanted to bake real cakes using nothing but a light bulb. Girls made layered cakes, cookies, and brownies that were tiny but completely edible. Kids would rather make real food than pretend. Kenner sold 500,000 ovens in the first year. Much more advanced than playing with blocks, these were engineering sets complete with girders, panels, and actual working parts. Kenner drove headlong into the burgeoning construction toy market with sets that let boys build realistic models of skyscrapers, bridges, and other structures. Move over, Robert Moses. There's a new master builder in town. The timing couldn't have been better, as America was obsessed with space-age architecture and modern construction. For thousands of boys this Christmas morning, the living room became a construction site. Players built an absurdly complex contraption complete with a bathtub, diving board, and swinging boot that would eventually trap a little plastic mouse. Mousetrap from Idea was the most elaborate board game anyone had ever seen. The gameplay itself was almost beside the point. Kids just wanted to build the trap and watch that marble roll through every obstacle.
Mix 'em up, pour 'em in the pan. Slide 'em in, let 'em bake now. Slide 'em in, slide 'em out, easy bake, wow!
1964. Mattel expanded the Barbie universe with 2 new dolls that gave girls more ways to tell their own stories. Miss Barbie had bendable legs and came with a beauty salon playset, while Skipper was Barbie's kid sister, perfectly sized for younger girls so that they could relate to her. That Christmas, Barbie had a whole new look and finally a new family member, which changed how girls played with their Barbies. At 12 inches tall with movable joints and military gear, G.I. Joe gave boys their own version of what Barbie had given girls, an entire world to collect and explore. Hasbro took a huge gamble calling G.I. Joe an action figure instead of a doll, but it paid off when Christmas arrived. Hasbro sold about 2 million figures in the first year, creating a whole new category of boys' toys. Inspired by the children's TV show, families gathered around Milton Bradley's Shenanigans game. It mixed goofy challenges, quick thinking, and a little bit of holiday chaos. Kids pulled cars that sent them hopping, twisting, and acting out scenes or racing to perform silly tasks before the timer ran out. Christmas in the living room sounded like hyperactive elves had taken over. But that was the charm. Shenanigans was the perfect way to burn off Christmas morning energy.
Box after box of authentic uniforms and equipment. Get G.I. Joe and get G.I. Joe equipment so you can set up exciting battle action whenever you want.
1965. Kitchen playsets became the ultimate Christmas gift for girls, and many companies competed to offer complete playsets. They were not tiny stoves, sinks, and refrigerators. They were kid-sized. They were amazingly realistic reproductions of the real deal. In this case, all of them had working doors and rotating knobs. Some were actually very expensive, upwards of $30. But to the families who could afford them, their kids learned their way around the kitchen. What boy didn't love James Bond's Aston Martin? This die-cast vehicle had working gadgets, an ejector seat that launched a villain, machine guns that popped out, and a bulletproof shield that rose from the rear. The Corgi James Bond car became the hottest Christmas toy after Goldfinger made 007 a worldwide sensation. Corgi sold over 2.5 million in the first year, making it one of the best-selling toys ever. With metal tweezers, players had to remove small plastic ailments from Cavity Sam without touching the edges to set off the buzzer. Milton Bradley's operation turned surgery into a game of skill where steady hands mattered most. Families were gathered around the game board, holding their breaths as someone tried to remove the wishbone or breadbasket. The tension was palpable, and the buzzer loud enough to make even MacGyver jump.
Bulletproof shield up, front guns out, and ejector seat at ready, and out goes the villain. Like a bullet.
1966. The oven heated the food with a standard light bulb, just like the Easy Bake, but in the style of a more authentic range. Topper Toys' Susie Homemaker line wasn't just about baking, it was a full-on kitchen play experience. The Susie Homemaker brand rolled out several mixers and blenders and even entire kitchen playsets to let girls cook side by side with mom on equipment scaled to their size. This bendable astronaut figure in his white spacesuit came with a whole line of vehicles and playsets that let boys recreate moon missions in their bedrooms. Mattel's Major Matt Mason captured the excitement of the space race. The timing was perfect. America was racing toward the moon and every boy wanted to be an astronaut. The flexible wire frame meant Matt could pose in ways that regular action figures couldn't. Players spun a wheel and placed their hands and feet on colored circles, creating a tangled pile of bodies that had everyone laughing. Twister caused a sensation when it hit stores, partly because some parents thought it was too suggestive. When Johnny Carson played it with Eva Gabor on The Tonight Show, sales exploded. That Christmas, families discovered that the best games made you look absolutely ridiculous.
Spin the spinner and call the shot. Twister can tie you up in a knot. 1 foot here and 1 foot there. The spinner says what, but you decide where.
1967. Girls could give Barbie a blonde flip or turn it brunette, then switch back again. Mattel's Color Magic Barbie represented peak 1960s innovation. Her hair and clothes changed color when you applied a special solution. She came with a styling wand and color change fashions. Although the color changing feature was finicky and she didn't always work perfectly, Christmas offered something genuinely new in Barbie's world. The major Matt Mason line had expanded into elaborate space station playsets. These were not simple vehicles. They were modular moon bases decked with living quarters, launch pads, and working cranes. Boys could recreate an entire lunar colony in their bedrooms. As the real Apollo program was working toward the moon, these toys let kids dream they too were part of the space adventure. Kids pushed translucent pegs through black templates to create glowing pictures of everything from clowns to Christmas trees. Hasbro's Light Bright turned colored pegs and light bulb into an art form. The magic happened when you turned on the light and watched your creation glow from behind. It was a simple concept, but totally mesmerizing, and it kept kids occupied for hours during those long winter evenings after Christmas.
Light Bright, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light.
Like bright, making things with light.
1968. Her auburn hair could extend from shoulder length down to her toes, then retract back with a simple turn of a knob on her back. Ideal's Chrissy came with hair that grew when you pressed a button. At over 17 inches tall, she was bigger than Barbie, and the hair-growing feature made her unique. Christmas made Chrissy one of the decade's last great doll innovations. Following the success of their James Bond car, Corgi struck gold again with the Black Beauty from the Green Hornet TV show. This die-cast car included an opening hood that launched missiles, a trunk housing a scanner, and working wheels that could be swapped for snow tires. The show lasted only 1 season, but this car was popular for many years, including becoming a collector's item today. Players pulled sticks from a tube while trying not to let the marbles fall through. Ideal's Kerplunk was a simple but nerve-wracking game. When the marbles finally dropped with that distinctive kerplunk sound, you lost points. Families had a game that took about 30 seconds to learn, but provided genuine tension every time someone's hand reached for a stick. The anticipation before each marble fell made it completely addictive.
Pop down the grill, get yourself a missile, pop it in now. Hold your hand out, fire the missile. Yeah, there it goes.
1969. They came in bright colored outfits and could wrap around pencils, hang from backpacks, or pose in ways regular dolls couldn't. Ideal's Flatsy dolls were just what they sounded like, flat, flexible dolls that would bend in any position. They were cheap enough that the girls could collect a few, making them ideal as stocking stuffers. That Christmas, their bendability made them feel modern and different from traditional dolls. It was the golden age of die-cast cars. Mattel's Hot Wheels challenged established Matchbox and newcomer Johnny Lightning. Boys collected dozens of these pocket-sized cars, building elaborate track systems and staging speed races down bright orange plastic loops. Hot Wheels alone sold 16 million cars in 1969, with boys obsessively comparing whose collection was fastest and coolest. And for everyone, Ants in the Pants delivered a kind of playful chaos that fit perfectly for Christmas. Kids used a small plastic launcher to flip colored ants into a pair of oversized freestanding pants, competing to see who could get all of their ants in first. Kids cackled as ants bounced off lamps, relatives, and sometimes the cat. Shaper's Game became an instant family favorite because it required no strategy, just pure, silly fun.
Yeah, nice shot, bro.
There you have it. Did any of these toys bring back memories? What were the toys you wanted and got for Christmas? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this next.